How's everybody doing? My name is Alan Roberts. I hope you're all having a fabulous day. I hope you're all having a fabulous day. So, I have made multiple videos about this woman because many reasons. I am going to say a few things in this video that will likely upset people that like her and people that don't like her, because I'm going to be as blunt as I can about this. The woman we're about to talk about is Alexandra Rodriguez, and she recently had her fitness Instagram deleted and then was brought back up. Now, here's my thoughts on this, right? A lot of what's happening, like the thing with Amberlynn Reed and all these people getting demonetized and stuff like that, frankly, I'm pretty happy about this stuff. And here's why. I'm pretty happy about this stuff because, very frankly, eating disorder behavior should not be something that's glamorized, yet alone monetized. Because that's where we're at in society. We're not just glamorizing it, which we are glamorizing it. It's totally disgusting to me how people will look dead ass into the camera. And by the way, 5 p.m. tonight, or excuse me, 6 p.m. tonight Eastern time, we are going to be talking about that problem. Like, I am going to basically roast all of fucking TikTok, and I am going to let it all fly. It's not. I'm going to just say what comes off the top of my head, which is oftentimes not the nicest thing in the world. I'll be the first to admit, but I'm just going to let it go. I'm going to say whatever I want. And if you aren't following me on Twitter, on X, this is my right over here. Whoop, hang on, right over here. It's weird how right over here. This is my my name on X, the MFing COO. I'm trying to get Alan Roberts. We'll see, but that is my name. And I've been sharing a lot of these videos, and they're getting a lot of reach, and I'm very happy for that. That's where I do a lot of my actual day-to-day posting on the internet. If you want to know my true thoughts on something, that's where you'll find that shit. And here, because I'm just me, right? But this woman, especially, this woman's not a good person. Okay, and I'm not saying this. Like, I'm saying this fairly objectively, in my opinion. Of course, one of my old catchphrases. In my opinion, of course. I can just tell you this though. I don't think she's a good person at all. I don't think she's a good person because, very frankly, she is a liar. I've proven it multiple times over, and I think that she will do anything, including, basically try to monetize her child for views, everything like that. And she has been a body positive queen and loved me for me, even when I was 400 pounds, and lied about getting weight loss surgeries and all sorts of shit. Plastic surgeries, tummy tucks, got something done for their fucking chin. All sorts of shit, right? She is arguably not a good person, in my opinion, of course. However, she is losing weight. Is she losing the amount of weight she says she's losing? I don't think so. But you can visibly see that she is losing weight, even through the filters, because that's another thing she does. She absolutely does, like, she uses the filters, makeups, camera angles tremendously. Like, and I just want to tell you, by the way, that the vast majority of social media uses filters, camera angles, and stuff like that. The makeup thing is a little weird to me, but it is what it is, right? Here is her Instagram. This is not her main Instagram. This is a healthier. This is not a fitness one, but it's a healthier Alex one. I don't want to misquote, because then people are like, you misquoted. Oh my God, you got it totally wrong. Now, I have a couple issues when morbidly obese people all of a sudden decide they're going to go on a weight loss journey or a health journey, and the next thing you know, they're giving advice to people. That just is insanity to me. It just absolutely is. I didn't give weight loss advice until I lost my weight, And by the way, I didn't give weight loss advice until I lost my weight after being a healthcare executive for a dozen years and after being what would be considered one of the stronger men in my age bracket in the fucking country for a while. Like, I was 47 years old, 46 years old, squatting 600 pounds in the fucking gym, 575 weekly. You know, that's not small. And that was before I started TRT. I just don't think it's appropriate. Like, you see it a lot, like people sharing their weight loss journey. Don't do that shit, because then it gets you more interested in what the audience is saying than you losing your weight. I can tell you this, if you want to share your weight loss journey, record that shit and do it, but don't talk about it till it's done. You know? It's just what it is. Oh, thank you. This is nice. You gave some solid strength advice. I mean, it's not like I don't know what I'm doing. I was a personal trainer, all that stuff, like, you know, many times over. I just prefer doing this. I prefer helping people save their lives, reversing type 2 diabetes, those sorts of things. But this is her. We're just going to listen to this.
Typically on Friday, but there's not a shot in hell that I'm stepping on that scale tomorrow. So
she's talking about how this is the day before Thanksgiving or Thanksgiving, I don't know. And she normally weighs in on Fridays, and she's weighing in early to avoid weighing in on the day after Thanksgiving. I think that's one, wise, but two, you shouldn't have a weekly weigh-in as a woman. It's moronic. It's stupid. You're not going to weigh the same 1 week to the next week if you are still having your cycle. And if you can listen to any one thing, if you're a woman out there, do not weigh yourself weekly or especially daily. You are setting yourselves up for very serious problems. I've even had, I still have a lot of people that say that weigh themselves, daily, and they say it's just the data. Eventually, it doesn't become just the data. Eventually, it becomes the frustration, right? If for any reason, did she really quit Weight Watchers again? Of course she did. Of course she did. Well, you know what? That's a positive thing, because Weight Watchers is fucking trash. Weight Watchers, I could shoot holes in Weight Watchers a million times. I have never known anybody to lose a tremendous amount of weight, get healthy, actually be healthy at their weight, and not regain it. I've never known anybody, ever. Anyway, but don't weigh yourself. If you're a woman, do not weigh yourself once a week. Do not weigh yourself once a day, especially. Weigh yourself in the valley between and why I say valley, the hormonal valley between your menstruation week and your ovulation week. So you have menstruation valley, ovulation valley. Those two valleys is if at most you weigh yourself in between those two valleys. At most. If you are solid and you know your habits are going well and you know you're doing what you're supposed to do and you're not eating over portions, say you're running the 75-20-20 protocol, which is something we do at our coaching, where that has you at your biggest meal, eat 75% of the food you normally plate up for yourself, drink 20 ounces of water, wait 20 minutes and see if you're still hungry. It's a way to self-adjust your portion sizes and make sure you're not eating too fast. It has a double meaning. It has a double usage, because most people like Alexandra and myself over here, we eat too fast. That's how you get big. You hog. You go up to the trough and you act like a sow. That's what happens. You just shove it the fuck in. Shove it in, right? After 8 years of tracking food, I stopped 2 months ago. I've lost 18 pounds in 2 months. Good for you, if that's what you want. That's what you want. But anyway, so let's listen to what else she has to say. But that's, and women out there, even men, there's no need to weigh yourself weekly. If you weigh yourself every week and you're shocked by the number, there's two possibilities, right? There's two possibilities. If you weigh in every week and you're shocked by the number, like, oh my God, I can't believe I gained weight. You are either retaining a bunch of fluid, possibly from lack of sleep, stress, lack of hydration, doing other things, right? You probably have that going on, or you're lying to yourself. Or you've eaten like shit and you've gained weight over the course of a fucking week. Like 1 week is not enough time, frankly, to see the weight loss. Now, don't get me wrong. You might see weight loss and it might be true, but there's hydration fluctuations, everything like that. You're better off viewing it over time. Again, If you are just really focused on your healthy habits, once a month is absolutely enough. Once a month is absolutely enough. And not to mention that, if you are at a healthy weight already, I suggest you don't even weigh yourself. If you're already at what you consider a healthy weight, if you like how you look, and by like how you look, I don't mean in a fat acceptance delusional way where you think you slay at 400 pounds in a string bikini. I mean like you have a healthy waist to height ratio, meaning your waist at the thinnest portion in between the bottom of your ribs and the top of your hip. If that is divided by your height and measurements, if that's under 0.5, you don't need to weigh yourself. Just keep taking your waist measurement once a month, maybe once every 2 months, maybe. And then if it goes up over 0.5, you know you've got some work to do. Because if you have a waist to height ratio of under 0.5, you have a lower level of visceral obesity. And visceral fat is the actual dangerous fat, the more dangerous fat. Don't get me wrong, Alexandra's fat enough where the pressure on our joints are going to be dangerous for her in any way, no matter what, right? But let's keep going. That's just some health advice generalized for everybody.
Well, let's do our weigh-in today.
How long has she been at this?
We are down 0.7 this week, so you know it's time to cross off another number.
So you're at 0.7 this week. That means you lost, less than a pound this week. That means you average somewhere around a 333 calorie deficit per day. So at her size, what was the weight?
You guys all have a fabulous.
What was the weight? I missed it. 270 something maybe. So that means that she ate probably about 25 to 2,600 calories. She definitely ate more than I did every single day. Just saying. Like, she definitely ate more than I did every day. Averaged eating more than I did every single day. Because I eat about 22 to 2,300 calories because I'm not that active right now. When I'm very, very active, when I'm working out like once or twice, when I'm working out twice a day, I eat about 26, 27 of mostly whole foods. And it just keeps me lean. But right now I'm working on a major project. I'm doing a ton of computer work and research. So I'm sitting down. So I've adjusted my calories because guess what? I'm realistic with myself. Now, 0.7 pounds for a woman from 1 week to the next week. It depends on what she weighed the previous week. So now we need to figure out what she weighed the previous week. Here it is. So, oops. We're down 1.1 pounds this week. So that means between the 2 weeks, she's down less than 2 pounds, 1.8 pounds, which means it's 0.9, which means she's eating she averaged between these 2 weeks eating in about a 450 pound deficit. No fucking way. What's up, motherfucker? Send me a DM. I hope you're doing well. Anyway, that's wild. Wild. Let's see. This is good. I've lost 3 pounds last month, but 2 inches gone on all measurements. What the hell? That's really good. The 3 pounds, the 2 inches down means that the 3 pounds might have come completely just from hydration, but it could also be fat. It just depends. It depends. Measurement wise, who knows? It could have been inflammation, could have been all sorts of stuff. If it was from everywhere, it sounds like you were inflamed and lost some of the inflammation. I'm just guessing though, but I could help you out with the coaching, which by the way, one more time, here is our coaching link. Get it now. Daily communication, weekly video conferences. We adjust your current lifestyle to a healthier one. So check that out. Those prices aren't going to last long because we are about to launch something incredible. So she's down. Again, she ate about 450 calorie deficit average per day at 200 and whatever pounds. I don't even know how much she weighs because I can't tell. Let me see if I can blow this up. I don't think that'll work. That's not going to work. Oh, fuck. But if she's let's just give her the benefit of the doubt and say she's 260 pounds, even though she has the camera angle on the ceiling. So in other words, if she's in any way active, which she claims to be, she is eating somewhere around 2,500 calories a day. Still more than me. So, and she is going by, this time I'm taking it The weight loss journey feels so different than previous endeavors. This time I'm taking it slowly and trying to have an 80-20 balance where I'm allowed to enjoy my favorite foods and not feel deprived. Now, 80-20, being able to enjoy yourself, and I'm gonna speak at length on this, okay? So we're gonna put her down here. Being able to enjoy yourself is something I highly recommend too, right? Like when I first started losing weight, I had this thing where I ate something that tasted sweet at least one time per day, right? And it was normally a sweet potato with some cinnamon and nutmeg on it. Like I just would over roast a sweet potato, so when you would peel back the skin, it had like that caramelized look, so it tasted a little sweeter. I'd sprinkle some cinnamon on that. It tasted like sweet potato pie filling. Right now, it's if I have something that tastes a little sweeter, it's normally homemade jam. Crystal made some homemade cranberry jam from the cranberry sauce she made for Thanksgiving. So right now we have homemade cranberry jam. I'm putting that on a rice cake with a little bit of peanut butter. Mwah! That's my sweet thing, right? But also, the longer you stay away from those sweet things, the less you need. Like, I don't need them anymore. I don't feel like I need it anymore. So delish. Now, 80-20, you're fat. You shouldn't have 80-20. 80-20 leaves the door open for 50-50. 50-50 is too fucking much. Like, if you eat 20% of the foods you enjoy, I suggest you find other foods you enjoy. Which I find it amazing, too, that people say this because, like, I enjoy steak. I enjoy rice, I enjoy beans, I enjoy chili, I enjoy like all these things. You have eaten this woman has been almost 400 pounds before. Fuck your enjoyment. Okay. That should be a very minimal thing. For a long time, you don't need like from 400. If she would have started at 400 pounds and she was my client, which she would have lost weight much quicker than doing all the bullshit she's done. Because I can guarantee you that shit. If you listen to me, if you're my client and you listen to me, you're going to lose weight. And you're going to hopefully keep it off because this is always it. Does Crystal have the cranberry jam recipe on the app? No, she doesn't. Here's a lot of what the people on the app that always ask for her recipes. I'm going to let you know she doesn't actually write the recipes down. My wife is able to do that thing. Like she's like that kind of genius because my wife is a fucking sexy ass, mad ass genius, beautiful cook. But if she's cooking, she does this thing where she can smell the spices and add it. It's all by feel, and she cooks some of the most delicious dishes I've ever fucking had. We don't even go out that much anymore because I cook the steaks and stuff like that, and she cooks like we had sweet potato noodles, like spicy sweet potato noodles with egg last night. She made turkey noodle soup with the same sweet potato noodles. The other night out of the turkey leftovers. She's just a fucking. Not only is she amazing at all that shit, but she's figured out most of the methods we use. She figured out the 75-20-20 protocol. She figured out the indulgence planning, right? And that's what's get me back on track. Which thank you, but to get me back on track, 80-20 is too much. You should take in less than 10% of your total weekly calories in ultra processed foods. Ultra processed food like products for the person that was about to put UPFLF. UPFLPs, ultra processed food like products. But that should be less than 10%, right? And there's going to be something coming up soon that will tell you how much of a percentage the ultra processedness is in your stuff, right? So I just got to tell you, right? When people say the 80-20 rule, you're going to regain. I have very little doubt that you are going to regain your weight because very frankly, you're opening the door for your enjoyment food. Plus, you are not viewing it correctly. Okay, if you have been 400 pounds, the food you enjoy were the thing that was fucking killing you. This is like somebody saying I leave it open to have a beer a week when you're an alcoholic. Like you were 400 fucking pounds as a woman. You shouldn't. Like that's where I don't get, right? Like I picked out from going from 300 pounds down, I picked out the foods that were absolutely my triggers. Like I could not enjoy them, even though I love them, eat them and have it be healthy because it then incite other very negative habits, other very negative actions on my part. Right. So I just suggest to you, Alexandra, that you don't do the 80-20 thing. You have a fucking child and you want to have another fucking child. 80-20 is going to end you up being fat again. It just is. And again, whether you like her or dislike her or anything like that, I'm going to give her advice that then gives you advice. So that's what I'm looking at. But that's a little fucking crazy to me. So instead of doing 80-20, once a week, plan a meal of indulgence. One meal of indulgence. So here's what I think you should do, right? We have basically an indulgent planning protocol for our clients. You pick the day at least 2 days ahead of time, because if you don't pick it 2 days ahead of time, it's an impulse. It's not a plan. So you pick a day, pick something you're going to have at a meal, like Thanksgiving. I knew I was going to have extra food for Thanksgiving. So I planned out my indulgence. The morning of Thanksgiving, even though I don't normally eat in the morning, I made sure I had some eggs and I really crushed the water. I was about 150 ounces of water in before we even had anything for Thanksgiving. I enjoyed my Thanksgiving meal, but I also already had a plan for the next morning of what I was going to eat the next morning, which was, again, steak and eggs, to make sure that I quelled down any possible cravings that all the extra food I ate or any of the foods that weren't quite as healthy as I normally eat. I made sure that I quelled down any cravings by having a full protein meal, and I crushed the hydration again. I planned it out. So those people that have problems with the holidays where it's like it throws you off plan, if you plan the indulgence, the indulgence is part of your plan. You are not going to go off plan when you plan it. Does that make sense? It's something we teach our clients one more time. For anybody, this is $199 for 6 months worth of coaching. Take us up on this now, because when we release what we're about to release, that price is going to be the price for a month of coaching. And that's just raw facts. Like, coaching price will go from $199 with this special for 6 months to $199 a month. So take us up on that as quickly as possible. If you've ever thought about being a client, ever thought you needed to be a client, and if Thanksgiving and Halloween have already kicked your ass, we can help you make sure that you don't gain that extra 10 pounds around the Christmas holiday, and you can have the healthiest year you've ever had moving forward, because we will help you address those lifestyle issues. So we'll pull her back up. Taking the camera view from almost directly overhead. Weigh-in day used to break me on days like this with no loss. So that was 1 week ago. 2 weeks ago. Okay, so she didn't post anything. So actually, I was wrong. She lost 1.8 pounds in 3 weeks. That is about a 300 calorie deficit a day. So you were in a 300 calorie deficit average a day for 3 weeks. So, and here's, by the way, here's why that it could have also been an issue for her. The first week where she lost 1.1 pounds very likely could have been a valley week, and then she had some water retention going on the next week, the week before Thanksgiving, and then she weighed herself the week after, and it went back down. So, like her hormones went back down. So that could be very, very, very. That could be actually what happens, and proves my other point about you shouldn't weigh the fucking weekly if you're a woman, because that's just moronic. On a mini getaway in New York City, we're enjoying some good food. I'm sure you are, but getting in a lot of steps. Well, you get the results you asked for.
Happy Thanksgiving. Weigh-in day is today.
How was everyone's Thanksgiving? I enjoyed my meal so much. The leftovers later on. Went for a nice 4-mile walk. I don't believe you. And here we are. This is 5 hours ago. 'Tis the season for gluttony. I mean, the holiday shopping at a mall, which means food court. The mall does not need to mean food court. When you have been 400 pounds, the mall should not mean food court. If you've been 400 pounds, you should never find yourself eating fast food. And that's what mall food is. You should, if you've been 400 pounds, if you've been 300 pounds as a woman, if you've been 250 pounds as a woman, you should not be eating fast food. You should not be eating ultra-processed food-like products. You just shouldn't be. Anyway. So that's my cue on that. Again, I'm going to give everybody some more advice. For the people that tune in Alexandra Rodriguez, I have stopped talking about her to a great degree because, honestly, I couldn't give a fuck what these people do on a daily basis. She is a horrible-ass person, in my personal opinion. In my opinion, of course. So why would I want to watch what she does all the fucking time? Right? Like, her audience, if you're dumb enough to follow her, you're dumb enough to follow her. I'm not going to save you or change your mind. Not until you're ready to. That's just the facts, right? We are at a stage in America where we have people dead ass looking straight into the fucking camera, pouring whole boxes of Oreos into a bowl, covering it in chocolate milk and eating it like cereal, and filming that shit looking dead into the camera with a smile while they weigh 500 fucking pounds. We are not going to save everybody. It is not going to happen. These people, unfortunately, will die off early. They will be dying off. It will be a problem. That is a reality of our nation right now. The people that are in their mid-20s that weigh 400 pounds and aren't trying to change themselves, those people are not going to live past 40, likely, unless they do some serious changing. Their bodies will give out because most of these people that are that big, they've been that big. They've been big since they were like 10. So add another 15, 20 years onto what they weigh now. They're going to be immobile. They're going to be a burden on the system. They are going to be hurt. They are hurting themselves, and they are going to be dead early. Even the people that are 250 pounds, like if you're an average height guy and you're 250 fucking pounds, 9 times out of 10, that means you have a very big waistline. And if you have a waistline over 0.6, your life expectancy is not in the 60s. If you have a 0.6 plus waist to height ratio, and it's been that way for a decade, you probably have another 2 decades maximum. If you've been that big for multiple decades, I hope you are making arrangements. I hope you are. Because, first of all, the life you've got to be living is just horrendous. If you're a 300-pound 40-year-old, you know that your life sucks. You know it does. If it's even higher, your life sucks. Your quality of life is fucking shitty. It's pitiful. And I feel bad for you. But I can't feel bad for you enough to change you. You have to change you. I have people coming at me on X. I still call it Twitter, but on X, as I point out these gross, horrific people eating like they're farm animals from a trough, staring dead ass into the camera, eating entire boxes of donut holes, eating fucking like massive amounts of calories while already fat as fuck and doing it for money and thinking it's funny. I always point out that they're not going to make it long, and it's disgusting that as a society we don't remind these people every chance we fucking get that they're a burden on themselves and a burden on us. People are like, well, you could be nicer. What the fuck's that going to do for them? Do you think that's going to convince them to stop? Do you really? You don't think the coddling and ass pats we've given morbidly obese people for the last 15 fucking years that's led to even more people being morbidly obese? You don't think that more ass pats is going to actually, hurt them? Like, because being accepting of people that selfishly glutton themselves to disproportional societal burden is hurting all of society at this point. Like, being super nice about people being fat as fuck while they, in fact, cause a massive strain on our healthcare system is a problem. I had people, there was one dude who was like 500 pounds. They're like, you don't know him. You don't know what his health is. He's 500 fucking pounds. The steering wheel touches his goddamn belly. I know that he's sickly as fuck. Could you imagine that motherfucker falling down? Like, if you're in the healthcare industry, I don't give a fuck what you weigh if you are personally in the healthcare industry. If you're a nurse and you see a 400-pound patient walk in, you know you hate that shit. It's not medical fat phobia. It's you don't want to fucking blow a disc in your back by having to clean between the skin folds of this motherfucker as you flip them the fuck over. It is reality that it takes many more people to safely transfer a morbidly obese person than one person. If you are in a car accident and you're 400 pounds, the EMS have a harder time saving you. It's not discrimination. You're just fucking fat. If you are mad at a radiologist, like Dr. Alan Chen, if you are mad at a radiologist because they can't get a good scan on you, There's no good scan they can get on you that's not going to hurt you. There's a thing called proton degradation, and they can't crank up the radiation high enough to get an x-ray on you without hurting you. Same thing for sonograms. If you're a 400-pound woman and you might have ovarian cancer, even an ultrasound on you, they can't turn up the waves high enough to find a good image because it'll hurt you. It is not fat phobia. It is not discrimination. You're fucking fat. That's the end of it. It's fat in reality. That's the end. So everybody understand that it's not like society's just so hard on fat people. If society was really hard on fat people, guess what we would have? No fucking fat people. You want society to be really hard on fat people? You know what should happen? If you have a waist to height ratio above 0.6, you should pay for all of your healthcare expenses out of your own pocket. Bet you people would find a way not to be fat then. Because the thing is, if you have a waist to height ratio under 0.6, you're much less likely to actually need healthcare to begin with. Yet alone the fact that when you're morbidly obese, especially viscerally morbidly obese, you're going to have some sort of metabolic disorder, and you are going to, in fact, use the healthcare system at a higher predominance than somebody that is not. You should have to pay for that shit out of your own pocket. And then people have the choice of, well, I can live or eat, because that's what it is, right? You can eat healthy and not be fat, or you can eat like shit and not be able to afford your healthcare. That would be society treating fat people equally, frankly, because then you are paying for your disproportionate burden. And frankly, I'm for everybody paying for healthcare out of their own pocket. If everybody paid for their healthcare out of their own pocket and we got rid of Obamacare, we got rid of insurance, prices would normalize down. And in fact, there would be much, much less expensive healthcare. That's just how the system works. I know people don't like to believe that, but that's the way it is. I will take some Q&A one more time. Please sign up for the coaching. We are taking limited spots at this deal because we are about to release something very, 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 very big. So very, 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 very big. Please do so. Look at Japan. They are harsh on fat people, so have very few. Exactly. Very true. I'll be to a healthy weight sometime next year. My genes are now big on me. Good for you. Good for you. The price will be nearly nothing at that point. Exactly. Exactly. If everybody participated in their own health, like to have a shared healthcare burden, you would think that we would have to have shared healthcare responsibility. Like we have a shared burden, but we don't have a shared responsibility. Like, I'm sorry, but that sounds like fucking communism to me. Alan, if we cannot afford the coaching, but really need something, would you recommend the new book you've got out, which name it's Hunger Free and Happy? And Delia, send me a message on X or send me a message on Instagram, and we'll discuss. So, because we have something coming out for everybody, and I'm not joking. We have something coming out for everybody, something that everybody can afford. Everybody. So please do check that out. I had to catch a 500-pound patient when it was definitely dangerous. Woo, that's terrible. Let's not kid ourselves. The 400-pound patients don't walk in. They're rolled. Very true. Being my biggest, I hated keys on the lanyard bouncing on my stomach. Instead, I just hung down. Oh, I hear you. Thank you for support. Thank you for the support. It's Alan, Swolenormous, Honey Bison, Angelica, Unfiltered, Scarf Transformations. Oh, that's awesome. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I've been 483 pounds and have never ever thought immediately that the mall equates food court. It's wild that people do that. Like wild. She says she loves fast food because it's easy to track in her app. Not to mention that, but here's just so everybody understands, and I'm all for people being able to track their calories, but everybody got to understand that those things are just guesstimates, right? And like, you can't track it in your head. Very honestly, as you use a food tracker, you should be trying to track. You should be trying to teach yourself what's in it, right? You should be trying to teach yourself the calories, the macros, the ultra processed food percentage, whether it's gluten free or not, those sorts of things. Thank you. Can someone purchase coaching for somebody else? Of course, absolutely. Here's what I would like you to do. Sign up using your email, and then we can just switch the email over to that person and send them a new password. So sign up quickly because the slots are going to go. But sign up, and then we will then reach out to me and say, "Hey, I bought this for somebody else," and we will then we will then switch it over to them. But absolutely, if you want to buy it for somebody else as a present, get it while the getting is good, because again, we are not going to have too many slots for this. Oh, if your food's boring, just switch up the seasonings or anything like that. I'm about to eat some delicious ass chili. That's beans, ground meat, and some seasonings and shit like that. That's delicious to me. I'm going to put it over baked potatoes. Yum yum. I'm going to put a little cheese on that too. All right, any questions, folks? I will be back tonight, 5 p.m., and we are going to do some comedy. Yeah, that's what you do with the spices. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I love it. Excellent. I'll be back at 6 p.m. Eastern time tonight. I hope everybody has a fabulous day. My name is Alan Roberts. Take advantage of this sale while you can. God damn.